Hello once again, ladies and gentlemen. If you didn't make subscribe, please make subscribe for Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys have been urged to consider a former Indiana wide receiver who is called Omar Cooper Jr. The Dallas Cowboys have been urged to consider a former Indiana wide receiver Omar Cooper Jr. in round 1 of NFL Draft 2026. Although there are more needs on the defense, the Dallas Cowboys are being urged to consider Indiana wide receiver Omar Cooper Jr. In 2026 NFL Draft, with 2 picks in the first round of the upcoming NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys are expected to add another 2 defensive players. Following frustrating campaign where they struggled to stop opposing offenses, the Cowboys began to rebuild their defense under a new defensive coordinator, Christian Parker. Despite making a few additions during the offseason, Dallas still could use a more help at linebacker, edge, and cornerback. Even with a multiple needs all over the defense, head coach Brian Schottenheimer refuses to rule out the offensive playmaker in round 1. He believes that they did enough in defense to draft a based on a pure talent alone, and Dan Rogers on blogging the boys believes Indiana wide receiver Omar Cooper Jr. could be the best option for the Dallas Cowboys. What if the Cowboys keep trying to trade a back to get the next best defender, but they just end up collecting extra draft capital and settling on a wide receiver Omar Cooper Jr.? While drafting a wide receiver would be a surprising given the presence of CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. So Aloja says a Cooper would be a great fit in the Dallas for making their offense a nightmare looking at the current Cowboys roster. He would be fantastic additional to an offense that already features some high-level talent. CeeDee Lamb can do a little bit of everything and is the team alphas. And also George Pickens is a deep threat who also can co-alpha if needed. Rogers wrote on the DallasCowboy.com. So a Cooper would create so many problems unless that defense would be at the loss on how to slow down the Cowboys offense. It would be a complete nightmare for opposing team. So the question that the fans are discussing is that will the Omar Cooper Jr. help the Dallas Cowboys for long term? So the Cooper could provide the Cowboys with some insurance beyond this season. And the Dallas used the franchise tag on Pickens. Even if he signs it, there is no guarantee he will be on the roster beyond 2026. With a long outlook of Pickens still not set in stone, it could secure a Lamb sidekicks for the years to come, helping the offense to keep its boot on the gas while the defense is still under construction. It might not be the first choice, but adding a player like Cooper who can turn a small gain into a big play is never something anyone should shy away from. During his 4 seasons at Indiana, Cooper had 115 receptions for 1,798 yards and the touchdowns. His best campaign was 2025 when he helped a Hessian win a national championship, recording about 69 receptions and 937 yards in 13 touchdowns. And also the Dallas Cowboys is trading up to Ohio State a linebacker, Sonny Styles. Sonny Styles is arguably the best inside linebacker in the loaded draft class at the position. He will do the excellent pick if he were to fall to the Dallas Cowboys at number 12, but he can virtually guarantee that it won't happen. Most mock drafts have either the New York Giants or Washington Commanders taking a Stylus in the top of 10. Stylus, who can and was one of the leader of the stout Ohio State defense last season, has very few weaknesses. He recently visited with a Cowboys, prompting some speculation that a Jerry Jones could have a trick up his sleeve. Stylus is a former safety who transitioned to linebacker in 2024 and he's excellent in coverage as a result. Unfortunately for the Cowboys, he will likely be out of their range at number 12 on Fanside's Cody Williams projected style to go third overall to Washington via a trade with Arizona Cardinals. Sonny Styles was one of the flicks of the combine this year, which I back up a tape and in my opinion made him a top 5 pick on defense, even if safety isn't valued the same as the pass rusher at a cornerback. Downs could team up with Jalen Thompson and Malik Hooker on the back end and help curtail the big plays that hurt Dallas last season. If he is on the board, he would play multiple games and be still at number 12. There was been a lot of speculation that Downs could go fifth to the New York Giants. Furthermore, many draft analysts see him as one of the most NFL-ready players in these years because of his impressive versatility and high football IQ. All-American and Jim Thorpe Awards winner had 68 tackles and 2 forced fumbles and 2 interceptions and sacks this past season. So the Cowboys' top draft target get NFL camp to a Super Bowl camp. And former Dupuy, one of the most commonly linked in 2026 NFL draft prospect for the Dallas Cowboys, has gained a net pro comparison that should excite the fan base. The Dallas Cowboys are gearing up for what will hopefully be an incredible haul in 2026 NFL draft with 2 first-round picks in their team. The Dallas has opportunity to land 2 impact players with the expectation that the team focus will remain on improving on the defensive side of the ball. As the draft season has rolled on, there appears to be a growing consensus that the Cowboys could focus on a Tennessee Volunteer star cornerback Jermud M. Skoy with the pick's number 12 overall pick. Dispute sitting out last season after suffering a torn ACL, which raises some natural concerns for the Cowboys nation. Emsco is widely considered the top cover corner in this year's class. He also put on show at his private pro days, showing he has made a strong recovery. If a Dallas doesn't select MC Cobb, the team could be getting a long-term solution at cornerback, with his NFL players comparison landing on a Super Bowl champion and a former NFL Defensive Player of the Year who spent 13 seasons in the league, including one with the Cowboys, where he became a fan favorite. So Cowboys consensus draft target Jermod M. Scope blows away a scout at Pro Day. The Dallas Cowboys have been eyeing a Tennessee Volunteers star Jermod M. Scope leading up to the NFL 2026 draft, and just received some amazing news. With the NFL draft less than 1 month away, it is no surprise that the Dallas Cowboys are eyeing some of the top defensive talent in 2026 class. Luckily, the Cowboys have 2 first-round picks in just over 3 weeks and loaded a group of the talented defenders to choose from. To kick off the new league year, the Cowboys were uncharacteristically active in free agencies, where he signed 7 free agencies and added several defensive backs who could make an immediate impact on the secondary. So with the NFL draft less than 1 month away, it is no surprise that the Dallas Cowboys are eyeing some of the top defensive talent in the 2026 class. Luckily, the Cowboys have 2 first-round picks in just over 3 weeks and loaded a group of the talented defenders to choose from. So to kick off the new league year, the Cowboys were uncharacteristically active in free agencies and added several defensive backs who could make an immediate impact on secondary. Jermod MC Co Pro Day numbers in this period is 40 yards and vertical jump of 78 and broad jump is 10. If there were any concerns among the Cowboys nation about the team potentially targeting another cornerback coming off a serious knee injury, everyone can rest easy. McCo proved at the workout that he showed on film during the 2024 campaign, which earned him a first team All-Sec honors. McCo is widely regarded as the top cover corner in this year's class, and is a favorite among the draftnik community when it comes to projecting the Cowboys pick number 12 overall. If the Cowboys can add McCo to the defensive backfield to go with all of the other off-season moves, the pass defense will immediately take a positive step forward in upcoming season. Of course, after ranking number 32 in the league last year, the only way to go is up. So, the 2026 NFL Draft will be held in Pittsburgh and Pennsylvania from Thursday, April 23 through the Saturday, April 25. So that for the Dallas Cowboy NFL draft of 2026. So let's continue on the extension for the summer players updates on the Dallas Cowboy. Let's continue on a wide receiver. The four wide receivers that the Dallas Cowboy could have targeted in 2026 NFL draft. A wide receiver might not be a pressing need for a Dallas Cowboy, but they could still consider adding one of these for prospect in a NFL draft. The NFL draft takes place 3 weeks, and the Dallas Cowboys currently have 2 picks only. The round 1 and 8 selection overall. They are expected to focus on defense early, which makes a sense considering this side of the ball was disaster for them in 2025. A head coach Brian Scott Mahama wouldn't rule out an offensive player in round 1, but that feels unlikely unless premier talent fall to them. Still, the Cowboys are doing their homework at every player, that includes wide receiver. So let's continue on the players that are on the way of signing a new contract with a Dallas Cowboy in this NFL draft mocks. Number 1 is a Skylar Berry. A Skylar Berry, he has a versatility to play inside and outside and displays solid athleticism at the NFL, which combine the run of 40 yards dash and the 4.4 second and recorded 41 inches vertical jump. The next one is a Bryce Lance. A Trey Lance didn't plan out at the backup quarterback in the Dallas, but perhaps they could have a better luck with his younger brother. Bryce Lance emerged as a star for a North Dakota State, topping 1,000 yards and receiving in each of his final 2 seasons with the Bisons. He doesn't offer much versatility, seen as primarily on receiver